Alright, guys, we are here to play SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. This is not technically my first walkthrough, but it'll be my first one that was able to actually be, continuous, because before when I was doing my iPod on my other profile, forgot my password, all this other stuff. So, I made a new one, and we're going to start off with SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 on the PS2. Until I get my PS3 back, which is currently having difficulties. But SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, and we are going to do General Manager mode. Okay. Now I've already started one, but for the sake of this, we'll redraft. I apologize for the quality. I'm doing this from my laptop, so I don't really have a game recording, but I put the brightness all the way down so you guys could see it better. I know it's not a ton of help, but hopefully it helped a little bit. Really? Austin and The Rock? Alright. Just gotta keep it. But while I'm doing this, guys, like I said, this is like really like a new one. It's like my 7th video ever. So, I'm curious. When how'd you guys find this? Aside from the quality, did you enjoy watching it? And just where where are you guys from? What's your if you watch WWE now, who's your favorite guy right now? And if you don't, who was your favorite guy in the Ruthless Aggression era, or the Attitude era, or even as far back as the Golden era? Who's your who is your favorite guy, or who was your favorite guy, or who was your favorite guy before he became PG? Because I know a lot of guys like Cena as a Dr. Thugonomics, and then the Chain Gang Soldier, but then as time went on and they made him PG, some people don't really like him anymore. Personally, I still like Cena. Yes, I would love for him to be a bad guy again and go back to being the Dr. Thugonomics. I would love that, but I still like Cena. He's still my guy. He's still the guy that if I was gonna go to a show, the guy I would most be excited to see. But then there's also I would love to meet Randy Orton. So, those things would be pretty cool. But, and even if you're a fan of ECW, who's your favorite guy on ECW? It could be Sandman, RVD. It could be some of the newer people who went, like when the Big Show went to ECW. Or it could be like the old guys like Rey Mysterio, Tommy Dreamer, guys who were always ECW. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be, from the last batch of guys that they had go to ECW. Rocky and Tony Bangs are the two people I made. Rocky was for the 24/7 mode with a person. Tony Bangs I really made as I really made him as a just like an arrogant ass is really just really who he's supposed to be. Yeah. So I think I did, well with that, but 2008, so, things I would love to do, couldn't really do, but let's see, I think I'm going to clean out ways of dirty here, so we're going to have some dirty turns going on. These guys are from ECW, so might as well make them dirty, right? Kane's a bad guy right now, and so is Batista. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, well, that means we have 9 dirty, so. Alright, guys, for WWE Champion, I'm thinking we do maybe. I know it's gonna be like, oh, you're gonna pick John Cena. Nah, no. I actually prefer to have the storylines where, Cena, well, the rivalry set up where, Cena is in the No More Contenders thing. And none of my rivalries are preset, so you guys know that. Like, none of them, I don't make them and say, hey, this guy's gonna win. I judge by, how good the matches are and, what would be. I don't want to sound like the authority here if you still watch WWE. I watch it on occasion. Authority, I don't want to sound like them there, but I do what's best for business. So if Cena losing happens to be at the time best for business, then Cena's going to lose that rivalry. Maybe I'll strike it up again later in a different one, in a different rivalry, but Cena will end up losing that particular one at that particular time. And a lot of times I alternate who wins in a rivalry. I'll do like he wins one, then he wins one, then he wins one. And then sometimes I'll make one lose multiple times in a row. Just to add to the story. But I think I'm probably going to make these videos roughly around maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes each. Yeah, roughly around 10 minutes each. I'll try to get a match in this one. But, roughly 10 minutes, maybe a little over, maybe 15. Maybe a little under if I'm being called or stuff happens and I have to stop it. But for the most part, these videos will be roughly around 10 minutes. But hit the like button, comment, let me know that this is a game you would like to see me play on the PS2. Like I said, right now I have PS2 and Xbox right now, the first Xbox. So on the PS2 I have MLB The Show 09. I have ESPN 2K5, the football. I have Sims Busting Out. I have Backyard Football. I was actually looking for Scarface to do for you guys, but I can't seem to find it. But I have PS1 games. I have the first Spider-Man game. Well, not the first one, but I have. Everyone knows the one I'm talking about, Spider-Man, when, Venom kidnaps Mary Jane and Rhino spears Black Cat off a building. Everyone knows the one I'm talking about. You guys just go through them. I usually just go through and buy all these, because there's at least one I want in each. And if there's not, well, hey. Put 2 bummy guys in a rivalry and try to give them a little popularity. You know what I mean? The Who's the Least brand one is one I'm a fan of a lot, and that's one I usually choose to do. Yeah, that's one I usually choose to do. It's it's good. Student Against Teacher, I usually use like one of my rookies, one of the people I made to do it. Divas ones I don't do too much of, but if it ends up happening, it happens, But most of the time you'll see me do a guy rivalry, and that's mainly because the guy rivalries they have more stars than that of the girl rivals. So that's why you'll see me do more of those. Not sure if anyone cares about that, but yeah. But just let me know, if you guys want to see me play this. I have SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. I have this game called Viet Cong. I have True Crime Streets of LA. I have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I got Madden 08. I have all kinds of stuff, guys. And then on the Xbox, I have Sims 2, Enter the Matrix, Herbs, Narnia, and Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. So, if there's a thing you guys would like to see, by all means, leave it in the comment box, and I'll be sure to do it. And, pending how many likes this one gets, I may continue or I may just stop it. This is really a trial run, really. So that's really what this is. This is more of a trial run than anything. Yeah, it's more of a trial run than anything. So this will let me know if you guys like it. If you even if I don't get a lot of likes on it, if you guys if there's a lot of views, or there's like between 10 and 20 views, I'll do a part 2. And if there's no likes, that's kind of how I'll run it. I'll run it by the views. Yeah, so I'll run it by the views. If I don't get a lot of likes on this, I'll run it by how the views go. But we're gonna start our first show, and for the most part, I usually know what I'm gonna do for the first show. I play a lot of these matches because of the boost it gives your matches. If you do it, you can make a good match and simulate it, and it may get like 3 stars. But if it's a good match and you play it, it could get 3.5. Or it can go from 2 to 2.5, or 2 to 3. So that's why I choose to play most of the matches I put on my card. Some of them I just really don't feel like doing. So a lot of time that won't happen. But yeah, so a lot of times I will simulate a match because somebody I just don't feel like playing it, or I feel like I can get by without me playing that match. So it doesn't become it's not as important. I think we'll do a dance contest, which means we'll have to change that match. That's before it, because that might be overdose of diva. You know what I'm saying? So we'll do Undertaker versus Rocky. And for the main event, we'll have John Cena versus Batista. I'm just gonna make sure this is on Legend. I don't even know what that means. Alright, excuse me one minute, guys. I'm gonna turn on the brightness for this real quick because I have no idea what these things say. I think this one's probably running a little over 15 minutes. And that's because it's the first one. Okay, they say on. That's because it's the first one. So, that's the, just talking to you guys, letting you guys know what's going on. And I'm excited to get the series on with you guys. But when we come back, you'll have the Hardys versus Crime Time. You'll have Henry versus Kane. You have Interview Space from Sabu. Then you have Sabu versus Sandman in a hardcore match. Then you have Undertaker versus Rocky. You have the Ants contest between Tori and Kelly Kelly. And then you have Batista versus John Cena. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we will be right back.